Hi, everybody. Welcome to Healthcare Sucks Plus with a Healthcare Sucks Plus exclusive tonight. Um, I got to you earlier. It was just a little phone thing. Didn't come out all that great, but it was live. I was testing it. Um, on Iran admitting that they did shoot down the plane. Um, with that, I told you I'd share some stories once in a while. Not that you want to hear it, so we'll make it a quick one. My grandfather was a Navy man. Uh, had a good arm. Taught me as I grew up how to throw a ball, how to throw things. And when we were in our youth, love that, in our youths, uh, we used to have rock fights, guys. And I had a good arm. I could throw a rock pretty good. And one time I threw a rock. We were having rock fights, and I split this kid's head open. Not a, it's innocent fun, guys. We were all buddies. We just would split up and have teams. And of course, when the blood came out and everything, everybody freaked out. And of course, I wanted to lie and try to cover up the truth. And it was one of the times I learned a valuable lesson about when you do make a mistake, you should just admit to it and move on to begin with. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is Iran made a mistake. They knew right away, guys. We're going to watch some interviews and some things. It's going to lead you to the same conclusion, I believe. And to top it off, they lied for days. And they tried to blame the U.S. They're trying to still blame it. It was somehow our fault that we reached over there and they launched a missile. And with that, I'm going to let you watch a little of this. There's a guy on here, their reporter, and he touches all the bases I was going to tell you. So I'm going to let him say it, and then we'll hit you back.
Passenger jet by accident, killing all 176 people on board. The plane crashed shortly after takeoff from Tehran on Wednesday, after Iran fired missiles targeting U.S. forces based in Iraq. Western countries had been piling pressure on Iran, which had spent days denying that it was responsible for the crash. Well, Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif tweeted this: "A sad day. Preliminary conclusions of internal investigation by armed forces. Human error at time of crisis caused by U.S. adventurism led to disaster. Our profound regrets, apologies, and condolences to our people, to the families of all victims, and to other affected nations."
Now, I want you to look at this guy's face. Does he look sorry at all? No, I don't think so. I don't think he would be sorry if he ran over the neighbor's cat kind of guy, flat out. And then you heard it. Oh, it was the USA's fault. They came over and they made us do this. We didn't make anybody do anything, guys. Again, these guys have been poking us for years. They've been poking us since Jimmy Carter was president and they took the hostages. And it's never got resolved since then. So I'll let you listen to some more.
Well, we'll go live to Rob Reynolds in Washington, D.C. for us in a moment, but let's begin with Asad Beg in Tehran. Asad, this admission, as we're saying, comes after days of denial. So why are we hearing this now?
Well, we've had denials for days now. The Iranian government said that it was false. They said that the United States was spreading lies. The government spokesman here said that the United States and its friends were rubbing salt in the wounds of the families of the victims. But there had been governments around the world, Canada, United States, that said that they had intelligence that the airline was shut down by a missile. We also had the New York Times release a video that showed a projectile, which we now know to be a missile, go up into the air and strike the aircraft. The aircraft then caught fire and crashed to the ground. We had several videos, but we had denials upon denials. The head of the aviation authority here said that it was scientifically impossible and illogical that it was shut down by a missile. They said everything was false rumors. The foreign ministry spokesperson accused Western media of suspicious propaganda. Now, there's going to be many questions that the government here has to answer. The General Staff of the Military has said that the IRGC, that's the Revolutionary Guard, will have to go on state TV to explain to the Iranian people what happened. We've had President of Iran, Hassan Rouhani, say that this is an unforgivable mistake and they will continue to investigate. So there's a lot of explaining to do by the authorities here, but also why did they deny it for so long, even after the head of the aviation authority said that there was coordination between the civil and military sectors? Why did they accuse Western governments of lying? Why did they say that the Western media was engaging in propaganda? But more importantly, why did they not close down the airspace over Iran, over Tehran? Why did they not ground flights hours after Iran had struck US targets in Iraq, and they were expecting that the United States may retaliate?
Assad, as you're saying,
In addition to that, the USA had already, and other countries had already put out a no-fly zone. So nothing should have been in the air unless it was combat ready, because it was a combat situation. And you heard him touch on everything, how they, oh, we didn't do it, it was them, they did it, the USA did it, the USA did it. That's not. It was all fiction, guys. If you flash back to some of my other videos prior to this,